guys, this is Jonathan over at American Off-Road Customs. Want to take a minute and talk about one of our latest builds that we've finished. I want my Jeep on 40s. What do I need to get it there? And I don't want to do tons until I break these. So we're going to build it up best we can until I have to buy 1 tons. So we've done quite a bit to this thing. First and foremost, we'll talk about the suspension, which this is MetalCloak's 4-link long arm front and rear on this with their 2.5 adjustable Black Series shocks. We put MetalCloak HD steering on here with Synergy knuckles that flips to a high steer setup. We added PSC on here. We've got RCV shafts. We've got MetalCloak upgraded ball joints. Also with that, we upgraded the front axle quite a bit to be able to accommodate the stresses that this Jeep's going to see or has seen. We trussed the axle. We re-geared this thing to 513s, and then we put that on, enabled us to fit these 40-inch Nittos on here with the Icon Pro wheels that have the beadlocks inside the wheel, so it's not a traditional clamp style beadlock. So these bolts actually come through, grab the back of the bead to hold the tire in place and keep that from coming off. So keeps them DOT compliant, and a lot more likely that, you know, maybe an average tire shop would be willing to change your tire out if you get a blown out tire somewhere on a trip or something like that. Then also to go along with this, we wanted to make sure you had as much clearance as possible for these big tires. So we put MetalCloak's fenders on here with their fender liners to get as much clearance on this thing so you get as much up travel as possible. Also, we upgraded the factory disconnect to an anti-rock because we went with MotoBilt's Gladius frame chop bumper. And this gives you a lot tighter fit of the front bumper, so you get a better approach angle on things. But as a result, there's no room for the factory sway bar, so we switched to the anti-rock. Still got the worn Zeon series on here, and you do lose the factory fog lights, but there's still a combination for a fog light. So we put Vision X SAE series, which are street legal fog lights in here, so we can still use them on the street and not really lose that feature in here. So this thing is very beefy and about as strong as you can get the stock axle to be. So pretty durable to be able to handle pretty much whatever. And we also wanted to make sure he had plenty of protection on the rock sliders, but he needed to be able to have a step. So we didn't want to, you know, just put a tube on here that would, you know, not give him any sort of way to like step in this thing. So we fabricated these to be able to make them super strong. They're welded to the frame, so you can jack the Jeep up on these things. It will support it, which means you can definitely lean on it on the rocks, but you can also step on it, you know, to get in and out of the Jeep, which makes it really handy for what he's trying to do. And then moving towards the back, we got the MetalCloak fenders in the rear as well. And then we went with GenRight's corner armor on this thing to, you know, eliminate that big bulky tail light that's on the factory of these things with GenRight's low profile LED lights, which are really nice, very bright and effective. And then to be able to carry a matching spare, we got Rusty's full-size tire carrier on this thing, which is one of the best in the industry in our opinion. So it's our definite go-to for tire carrier options right now. And then we went with MotoBilt's rear bumper to kind of match the theme of the front. So this thing is pretty well built front to back, and obviously you may see him come get you if you get stuck on the trail, because he is a Snore member. So if you need help, make sure you hit them up and you might see him coming to get you.